Tidbits from TNT, Friday morning, the 11th of July 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com blog and become our supporter on Patreon. TNT. Tishwash, American magazine. Iraq quietly re-enters international trade. A report by the American economic analysis magazine Procurement Magazine examined the significant economic and geopolitical benefits and returns of the Iraqi Development Road Initiative, extending from the Grand Fao port to the Turkish border. The report noted that it will be a viable alternative to other trade channels, competing with them in terms of shorter distances and lower costs, transforming the country into a regional logistics hub while creating a multi-source economy beyond oil alone. The report notes that Iraq's Development Road Project represents a transformative $17 billion infrastructure initiative aimed at connecting the Gulf to Europe. With global shipping facing challenges stemming from regional instability and bottlenecks such as the Suez Canal, Iraq is quietly redefining its role in international trade. This logistics corridor, stretching from the Grand Fao port in southern Iraq to the Turkish border, represents a strategic alternative that will reshape supply and transportation chains between Asia and Europe. This major project has been described as one of the most important infrastructure projects in Iraq since the 1920s. This faster route delivers direct benefits to procurement by enabling faster supply routes, reducing storage costs, and improving responsiveness to market changes. The global importance of Iraq's development route has been highlighted amid the ongoing Red Sea crisis, exacerbated by conflicts in the Middle East, where shipping delays have become commonplace. In this context, the Iraqi land corridor offers a practical alternative. In recent weeks, truck drivers from Poland and Germany have completed journeys from Europe to the Gulf via Iraq in just 10 days, less than half the time required by sea through the Suez Canal. The journey from Turkey to Kuwait now takes just 7 days, and digital border crossings have reduced waiting times by 92%. The TIR, Terrestrial International Transports International system, which ensures the safe and efficient movement of goods across borders, is already operational, enhancing the flow of cross-border procurement and supply chains. Hamid Al-Hakim, a transport infrastructure expert at the University of Baghdad, told the Middle East Observer earlier this year. The development road is expected to become a vital trade corridor, not only for Iraq but for the entire region. By connecting the Gulf to Europe via Turkey, it will serve as a new Silk Road, revitalizing ancient trade routes and promoting economic integration. This corridor provides a practical alternative to the Suez Canal, meaning greater route diversification and a reduced risk of disruption, thus ensuring more reliable supply chains. At the heart of the Iraq Development Road Project is the Grand Fao port, currently under construction in the city of Al Fao. This deep water port features the world's longest breakwater, at 14.5 kilometers long, and is expected to handle 7.5 million containers annually, capable of receiving the world's largest container ships. A 1,200-kilometer road and railway extend from the port to Turkey, and the project is expected to be fully operational by 2028. In addition to the transportation infrastructure, the project plans to develop at least 10 new cities along the railway route, along with several industrial zones and logistics centers. The development of these areas will provide new opportunities for local supply. The development road is not just a logistics project. It represents a geopolitical transformation, charting Iraq's transformation from a war-torn country to a pivotal regional link. The project is supported by Turkey, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, who recognize its potential to boost regional trade and reduce reliance on vulnerable maritime routes. Kurdistan Region President Nechirvan Barzani said of the project, "The Development Road Project represents a crucial step towards building a more stable and prosperous Iraq, based on a diversified economy and enhancing regional cooperation with neighboring countries." Turkey's participation is pivotal, as it represents the northern endpoint of the corridor, which will connect to Europe via the cities of Mersin and Istanbul. The project provides a catalyst for economic prosperity that can benefit the entire region, said Ron Jalaldin, a fellow at the Middle East Council on International Affairs. As global trade networks seek to bolster their resilience in the face of geopolitical volatility, Iraq is proving to offer not just a backup plan but potentially a major new artery for trade. This project will redraw the region's economic map, transforming Iraq into an alternative trade artery at the heart of Eurasia. This means transforming the country from an importer of opportunities to an exporter of corridors, creating a diversified economy that moves away from its reliance on oil alone. Tishwash. Next Monday, the federal court will consider 2 lawsuits related to the payment of salaries to Kurdistan region employees. The Federal Supreme Court is scheduled to hold its first session next Monday, July 14, 2025, to consider 2 lawsuits related to the payment of salaries to employees in the Kurdistan region. In the first lawsuit, filed against Federal Finance Minister Taif Sami, the plaintiffs demanded, to ensure that the Federal Ministry of Finance continues to pay salaries in the Kurdistan region on a monthly basis and on the specified dates, without regard to disputes between the federal government and the regional government due to the interpretation of the Federal General Budget Law or any other reasons. According to the text of the lawsuit, the request included issuing a judicial order obligating the Federal Ministry of Finance to pay the salaries of employees, retirees, martyrs' families, and social welfare beneficiaries in the region, immediately, starting this month and until the resolution of this lawsuit. In the same context, the court is considering another lawsuit, also without pleading, filed against the Prime Minister and the Federal Minister of Finance, each in his official capacity. In their statement of claim, the plaintiffs demanded a ruling to keep the salaries of employees in the Kurdistan region away from political conflicts and actual agreements. Tishwash. Iraq launches project to issue local electronic payment cards. Iraq has launched a project to issue a local electronic payment card, aiming to enhance financial trust between the public and the government. This is part of Baghdad's efforts to strengthen its digital infrastructure and provide secure and reliable electronic payment solutions that support the national economy. The Central Bank of Iraq confirmed, in an official letter addressed to all banks and electronic payment companies, that this national system for local electronic payment cards will be implemented gradually, and that the card identifiers, BIN, and application identifiers, AID, will be issued exclusively by the central bank. The cards represent an additional local option for use within Iraq exclusively in Iraqi dinars. The bank emphasized that they do not replace or restrict existing international cards such as Visa card and MasterCard, but rather complement the financial system and provide a national alternative, according to the bank. Release date. Government Economic Advisor Alaa Al-Fawd expects the National Electronic Payment Card to be launched before the end of 2025, as part of the Central Bank of Iraq's efforts to implement comprehensive financial and banking reforms. Al-Fawd told Al Jazeera Net that this national card will achieve several key objectives, most notably improving the quality of financial services and reducing fees. It will be a purely local card, he emphasized, noting that it will not replace existing international cards, such as Visa and MasterCard, but will work in tandem with them to enhance the options available to citizens. Listen to the full version on the official DinarReport.com blog and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: DinarRecaps.com